Tonight's episode of TWITS is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Get ready for the big intro. Pause just a second and fill it. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the week number 3 edition of TWITS. Joining us once again from his palatial estate, just outside of Brownwood proper, with his 3 luxury sleds in the driveway, Mr. Ping himself, Mike Paddock. How are you?
Howdy, doing fine. Looks like it's a little chilly up there. You're wearing the old long sleeves. I'm sweating my butt off down here.
I tell you what, we finally got some good. Mike tonight was perfect. Little plug for my 5th grade team, the Lions Patriots. Just went out in about 48-degree conditions and put a thumping on the Blaine team, 15-6. We had averaged about 20 yards per run on our first 3 runs. Unfortunately, we fumbled the ball twice, but the defense held strong. Only gave up 6 points, and we scored a touchdown and 2-point conversion at the end of with 3 seconds left in the first quarter, and then shut them out in the second half.
Nice.
So the Lino Lakes Patriots moved to 2-1 on the year. Everyone can check them out at patriots.sffl.org if you're interested. So yeah, Mike, you're exactly right. It's chilly up here. We're supposed to be down to 39 tonight.
Woo.
So definitely football weather, which makes the commish happy. So Mike, let's break right into news and notes. And since we last talked, Mike, that was 2 weeks ago, as the commish was ill last week. Plenty of stuff going on. Most notably, our stats provider, QuickStats, who's been with us, or vice versa, since 1995. They were around since 1987. Abruptly ceased operations and got the week 1 all squared away, and then pulled the plug. So not 100% sure what happened there, and obviously that was a bit of a shock. But Mike, from the lemonade out of lemons and necessity is the mother of invention file, I think we've got some positives coming out. The first, Mike, we've got pseudo live scoring in the SFFL. Sat around last weekend and brainstormed a little bit with Mr. Boncher over a couple 13, 14 Coors Tall cans at his house, watching the games on Sunday, and whipped up some code and refined that code over the weekend and early this week. And what I've got now is I'm basically pulling from the Yahoo site, and I'm able to extract live scoring for our league. It's not true time live. I actually have to do the updates, but what I plan on doing kind of going forward is, a couple times during the early games, a couple times during the late games, getting that scoring out there so everyone can kind of see where they're at. There'll be a little bar, Mike, across the box score window that pops up, and it'll tell you what time the last update was done, so you can kind of get a feel. So that's great news. I mean, that's really cool that that actually this happened. It's a huge positive that we have that now. The downside currently is that QuickStats was also the provider for all of our year-to-date stats. So, like, when you look at the free agent table, when you look at the weekly stats for the weekly leaders, all that information is gone. And so I'm looking at alternate sources for that. But there's going to be a lot of site features, like I said, most notably probably the free agent, the target analysis under the premium content, the weekly leaders and stuff that are going to be lagging. Also, the leaders column, you see the thing that rotates out in the right-hand column. It's all going to be behind, but I figure as a trade-off for pseudo-live scoring, the SFFL will take that. And like I said, I'll work over the next couple of weeks here to get those features back up. But for the meantime, there's plenty of other sources out there, CBS, ESPN, to kind of get that information until we're set.
Where's the extra money going to?
Extra money's going right in my pocket because I wrote on some serious code, biatches. Nothing.
I was just asking.
Well, you know, the CFO, Tim Boncher, who we'll get to in a minute, who's also done some more work with some sponsors, start generating some more revenue for the SFFL. We'll have to figure that out. The stats fee was only $50 a year, so it's not a huge chunk of change. So yeah, so like I said, I'll be adding features back in as we go along here. I want everyone to know, like, the injury reports, the weather updates, setting your lineup. You know, I'd say probably 80% of the stuff that's on the site will continue to function. It is functioning now, so and the stuff that's not is pretty obvious. So I'll keep everyone abreast on the status of that. So, Mike, in terms of our sponsors, I mentioned during week 1, Tim had secured Coors again. Mike, Tim's got us another sponsor, Manic for Dogs. You can see their logo here. Website, go check it out. Excellent site for any pet owners out there. And then, Mike, on the northern front tonight, beer sponsor is Lucid and their Fine Bomber of Camo. Best IPA out on the market right now. How about down south?
Is that the double IPA?
I don't believe so. I believe that's it's a double pale ale. Yes, you're correct.
That is some good stuff.
Yep.
I am back in Germany, Deutschland, with the Erdinger Dunkel Hefeweizen, ja.
You look like you need another one.
The dark stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Actually, I got the glass to match.
Mr. Pants.
Yeah, we didn't have the 45-minute delay, but we had about a 15-minute delay tonight.
So I think that's pretty much where we're at in terms of the really kind of fun beginning to the year. Lots of stuff going on with the league. Wasn't sure how that was going to pan out there for a little while, but like I said, it's to get live scoring or semblance thereof is huge for our league. That's the one thing, in my opinion, that obviously we couldn't differentiate ourselves on. I mean, it obviously was very cost prohibitive for a 10-team league to try and get that. So glad things worked out that way. So, Mike, let's hit the weekly rewind, and we'll go back to week 2. And week 2 saw Tim taking on Bill, and Tim, on the strength of Eli Manning's 19 points and 510 yards passing, poor man's Norm Van Brocklin, 62-53 over Bill. We had Evan and Greg squaring off, and battle of kickers there. Mason Crosby 12, Blair Walsh 9. Greg takes it 45-41. The commish tangled with Wayne and rode Drew Brees to a 72-35 win. In a tight one, came down to Monday night. Mike 57, Mickey 53 in a battle of quarterbacks, Newton over Rivers. And then Tom, our high score for week 1, couldn't get past Thad, and his 40 points. Thad got 15 from Vernon Davis to beat Tom 40-28.
Yeah, where the heck was that last week?
And that is the week that was. All right, Mike. That's the past. What do we got for the future? What's on tap?
Sondo week 3 on tap. Kicking it off, the old spotlight game is the aforementioned Tim versus me. I lead that all-time series 933 to 867 somehow. And 14-11 is a record for me against Tim. See if I can keep that up. I'm 1-1. He's 2-0 this year. Then we got Bill coming in at 1-1 with 119 points against Evan 1-1 with 102 points. No previous matchup there, so looks like they're fairly close. I mean, 8 points a week separating the two.
Yep.
And then Jeff, I want some glory hole. I want me some glory hole. Nice. against Tom Bricks.
If you guys haven't seen it, just go out to YouTube and Google Jerry Jones and Glory Hole. It's an absolutely epic YouTube clip. So anyway, that's where that comes from.
All right, I should have read ahead because I was not ready for that one.
Yeah, you weren't.
You and Tom both 1-1. You have 130 points to Tom's 108, so you've been outscoring him a little bit this year already. And you lead, or actually, Tom leads that series 10-56 to 10-44. And 14-13-1. So you guys have one tie. Tom's leading that one.
Yep.
Then another couple of 1-1 teams. Wayne versus Greg. Wayne with 100 points so far this year to Greg's 95. Very close. And Greg leads that all-time series 11-76 to 10-91. Giving him an 18-15 record against Wayne. That's pretty close for the however long they've been in together. Was that about 13 years?
Maybe longer than that. I have to check. I mean, yeah, you know what? That's probably about right.
And then we have Thad's Chilean Miners, or Thad now? What the heck's going on?
Yeah, looks like he switched it up.
1-1 against the 0-2 Mickey's Crazy Moms. But Thad only has 86 points this year. Mickey had 106, so something might change this week. Mickey's leading that series points-wise, 12-56 to 12-20. But Thad does lead the series 20-16, winning 2 of the last 3. And that's what is on tap.
Excellent. All right, moving right along, Mike. We had no record setters this week. So that's a pretty easy segment to do. And then password for this week, as I emailed out, was live. And for next week, premium password is scoring. For week 4. So that's
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Pretty classy. Pretty cryptic, too. So yeah, week 4 will be scoring. All right, Mike, so let's get to everyone's tertiary favorite segment. Little segment we here at TWITS like to call Chalk Talk. And the NFL treated me so well in week 1, Mike, with Houston, a 10-point favorite, obliterating the Dolphins, that I'm going to stick with the NFL. And this line stuck out to me quite a bit. We've got the Niners coming up to Minnesota, and I watched the Niners twice so far in their 2 games, and I tell you, there's probably not a more physical, probably well-rounded team in the league, and they are coming into Minnesota, who just lost on the road to Indianapolis, and are a little bit banged up. You know, AP maybe came down to earth. Thanks a lot, Evan. 1 week too late, came down to earth, and I think that defense is going to make life pretty tough for Christian Ponder. They initially started out only a 5.5-point favorite, has moved to 7, and I still think that's a bargain. So I'm going to take the Niners -7 for the Chalk Talk to move to 2-0. My dog of the week, we had you also starting 1-0. You had the Niners week 1 at Lambeau, and Niners obviously getting a lot of play in this segment. They won the game outright, so no worries there. What do you got for everybody coming up here in week 3?
Well, we got some tough lines out there in Vegas this week. After all those upsets last week, they're getting a little scared, I think. The best one I could find is Philadelphia's -4 at Arizona. Philadelphia's offense doesn't look too great. Arizona they won last week. They played tough with the home field. I'm going to say that they may not win, but I'll take the 4 in Arizona.
Okay. Home dogs. Generally a good place to start.
Yes, sir.
All right. Then, Mike, let's take a look at Game of the Week. We got a big Sunday night matchup. Yeah, the New England Patriots knocked my butt out of the loser pool last week that I'm in. Figured they would easily take care of the Cardinals, and I don't know exactly what happened up there, but Tom Brady and company could only muster one touchdown, and then they, for some reason, at 46 seconds left, and instead of trying to get more yards, decided to basically spike the ball and then forced their kicker to try like a 42-yard field goal or something. So weird things, and so they go down, and now they've got a rebound because they go and take a Baltimore team who blew the game against Philly too, 24-23. So this is a tough one. Who do you like?
Well, I'm going to go with the home team again, and one of the big reasons is I think Baltimore finally got that monkey off their back. They're a lot more physical than New England, and I think they finally beat them, was it last year or the year before, so they're not afraid of them anymore. You're coming into Ray Lewis's place, I think there's going to be a lot of bloodshed and carnage. I'll take Baltimore.
Not so fast, my friend. The New England Patriots are going to win this game. Bill Belichick is unlikable as he is. I think he gears up for games like this. I know last year in the playoffs, it came down to a drop pass in the end zone. I think it's going to be another tight game, but I fully expect the Patriots to rebound in hostile territory. I think that's going to get them focused. I like them less if they were at home this week, but I'm going to take the Patriots on the road. So this will be the first differentiation game. Both of us 0-1 after picking the Giants on opening night. So someone's going to be 0-2. Open ain't me. All right. Well, that should just about wrap up week 3 of TWITS here. So once again, let me know what everyone thinks about the live scoring. I think it's great that we've got that now. Pseudo live scoring, we'll call it. Still looking for a nickname and acronym for it.
Sondo scoring.
What's that?
Sondo scoring.
Yeah, the SS. Hope everyone kind of likes having that feature out there now. I think that'll be great for us. And then, like I said, keep an eye on the site. I'll continue to update features as I can find data and find ways to do it. So that should just about wrap it up for us. Once again, if you want to see any past episodes of TWITS or want to watch this episode again, please feel free to go to vh1classic.com and type in the keyword SFFL. Otherwise, look for us on YouTube and on the SFFL site itself. So until next week, for Mike Paddock, this is the commish signing off for week number 3.
Adios.